I'm interested to get into the recurring segment on the Fresh Serve podcast, which is the cultural stock market. Now, what this is for the people playing at home, each time I ask my guests two things they're buying and two things they're selling in the cultural share market. This is my $1 million idea that I couldn't actually figure out how to make, and so I've turned it into a segment on a podcast, which I'm sure will also net millions. So I've asked Cam two things he's buying in culture: an artist who's up and coming, a trend, a technique of some sort, a person, I don't know who it is, and two things he's selling. Now, I'll ask you what the first thing you're buying, Cam.
Oh, fuck. I know you told me to prepare, but I told myself I'm not going to prepare and I'm going to answer on the spot, which, so I'm definitely not buying spontaneity. No,
Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to add some, we'll add some sound in post. We'll get some...
ultra marathons.
Ultra marathons.
Yeah, like if you look at like people signing up for ultra marathons, like that's just gone up like crazy. Like, yeah, bro, you ever seen like Ultraman? Like, you know how there's Iron Man, which I think is like 2.1 mile swim and then like a 90-mile bike ride and then a marathon.
Yeah.
Dude, like there's Ultraman, right? Which is like a 6 and a bit mile followed by 210 miles on a bike, followed by a double marathon. Wow. And those ultra marathons are gaining traction. So that's the first thing I'm buying.
My feeling towards ultra marathons and people running by choice in general, it's always been the question of what are they running from? Like,
that's good, man. Yeah, because they're never normal, and they're always fucking loopy cunts. But
and they're
here's
always
the
happy.
thing:
like they've got fucking way more endorphins than I could ever dream of having. I imagine, but like.
Oh, dude, but here's the thing: like the world's getting way more intense, so I feel like the right way to deal with intensity is intensity. You got to meet it head on.
Violence and chaos. Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. And like, that's the most controlled way to like do it.
Love it. The first thing I'm buying, Australian hip hop act, Triple One.
Ha! Triple One goes hard.
Their debut album coming out later this year. They're certainly not nobodies in culture and in the scene in Australia. But I feel like now is like a great time to be getting in because I only see better things coming. They get how the internet works. They're like seemingly awesome people. They could be like the Struthlesses of the music scene in that they are just themselves. People seem to rock with it.
And Second thing, I like those guys.
Yeah, big respect for them. Number 2, I'm buying Human Connection.
Woo, baby.
I think that, again, without getting too like kind of soap opera-y about how it's taken losing connection to learn that it's what we needed all along, but like genuinely I think like kind of edging off a cliff the last like little while. COVID shoved us there, and I feel like this as an exercise has forced us to like go back a little bit to almost like that historic realm where like humans just needed connection. They needed each other. We've built a lot of distractions. We've built up armies of whatever. I feel like fundamentally we just need human connection. Your videos are going to help us get there, and so that's what I'm buying, human connection.
Nice. I will also add a soap opera one. I will buy personal responsibility. I do feel like that's gonna trend pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, I think as well, like people who are, a lot of people being made redundant, a lot of people losing safe jobs, a lot of like, and that sucks firstly, but the sooner that you realize that you are the captain of your ship, the easier life seems to get, or at least that's how I found it. Like, I think growing up, there was a period where I was thought, I have a future life, or like there's a next stage to this where I'll start taking it seriously, or like things will click, or someone will come along with all the answers.
Yeah, that's the big one.
It's a bit scary to go through the phase where you realize no one's coming with those answers and no one actually cares about you besides you. Because I have a beautiful girlfriend, I have a great life, but like I think about, at the core, it's just me. The next tier up is my partner, and she's lovely, and then the next tier up it goes up from there. But I feel like if you don't have that core really kind of nailed down, the other parts can all fall out. Selling. First thing I'm selling, Instagram Reels. I just don't want it on my books at all. I was thinking about this earlier today. I think the main demographic for Instagram Reels is people who recognize that they probably should have got on TikTok and they missed the boat. And so now they're like, this is my chance.
That's fucking clever. That's you're bang on the money, dude. You're bang on the money.
The people who have TikTok followings are going to stick to them. They aren't going to give them up until it's like actually banned. And I think like Instagram came and was like the cool cousin of Facebook, I don't think Instagram, as popular as it is, has that kind of cool vibe. And so I don't want Instagram Reels on the books, selling it, getting out of the business. That could be a bad decision. Instagram, Facebook, billion-dollar businesses, but I'm selling.
Nice. I'm selling electronic small talk.
Ooh.
Yeah, generally like, how you been, man?
Oh, jeez, crazy. Let me just unmute myself. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's bad. Electronic small talk.
Yeah, just generally like fluff and fluff in emails and like, hope you've been well. Yeah, just fucking cut to the chase. Cut to the chase.
Well, I think it's more like where fundamentally you don't want to be participating in something is where you have the like tendency to add extra fluff. And so like if you're emailing someone to chase down something that they were shit in not following up, like, oh, well, I know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, in general, if you participate in more, if you seek out more of the things you want to be involved in, there's no need for fluff because you have a common goal, you have a common interest, an outcome, whatever it is, and you can just get to it.
Yeah, nice.
Number 2, the thing I'm selling, this is controversial, but I'm selling sport. I mean... So cool. Sport's pretty cool, and this is more a value calculation on
what type of sport?
I'm just selling sport. I'm selling
NRL. You're probably on the money, but if it's like the NBA, like that shit's gone global, man. Like,
I mean, NBA's coming back. For me, it's more of a selling sport as such a fundamental pillar in our lives, and I feel like when sport was taken offline by COVID, it was actually interesting to get the chance to realize just how much media, how many jobs, how many things were built up around like 90 minutes to 2 hours of people shooting hoops all week. And like, I fucking love sport. And so to me, it's that sport is priced up here and I just don't think it's worth its value up here. And so I'm getting out, it's like selling IBM stock at the top. Like,
right.
We'll
have to agree to disagree.
I mean, absolutely. No, I mean, my portfolio is mine, yours is yours, and
exactly,
we live our lives. What are you selling? Number 2.
I'll say moral absolutism. Like the fact that allowing people to grow and evolve is still not normalized. And that's something that you see a lot of, is people getting held to standards that they just don't reflect in the present day, or people, with plenty of sins casting the first stones. So like the sooner we can all accept that we're all a bit flawed, like the sooner we can probably get over, like a little bit of the knife holding.
Yeah. And surely like part of the juice and part of the entertainment in life comes when things are at least a little bit dangerous. And like, this is without getting into like anti-fucking cancel culture or whatever, like if you don't feel you're in the role of art to some degree is to challenge and question things, and like, we don't have to fucking tell people how to suck eggs here, but like, if you can't risk saying things that people aren't going to take well or aren't going to like agree with, what the fuck, like you're playing in a lane where we don't need more safe art, fundamentally, I think. Yeah, moral absolutism. I mean, the idea of people being able to grow, it's a very interesting thing. I remember, again, maybe my edgelord days, I was like, people don't change. They are the way they are. And it's kind of like, that was probably more, if I thought someone was shit, I wanted to just think they were shit, because that made my life better. Fun, like maybe, somehow. I mean, it didn't, but like, maybe it felt like it did. And so... the idea that thinking that this shit person, who's probably not shit and whatever, but could become something else, that was radical. I wasn't ready for that. And maybe I was shit, and maybe I didn't think I could grow.
Interesting.